Hello everybody, welcome to another edition of Learn in Lockdown with me, Matt. We've had a lot of different kind of lessons looking at playing mainly and getting you into playing some really cool songs and some good riffs as well. Fast tracking you through a few chords like power chords and using tab to get you playing quicker. But today we're going to have a look at our first chunk, our first bite of music theory. As boring as it sounds, it's really, really useful, and it's good to know about it all so that you can make your own songs maybe, or to be able to figure out other people's, and to be able to make wicked solos over any chord. So it all starts off with knowing the notes of the strings, knowing the notes on the fretboard can really help you to be able to play different chords, figure out different chord structures and chord patterns and things as well. So I've got two cameras set up here so you can see the guitar into this one. And we're just going to go through how notes make up music. Sounds nice and basic. So we're going to start off right at the beginning. So there are 12 notes. That is it. There are 12 notes. In all of music ever, there are just 12 notes. So it's quite nice to start there. So these 12 notes, they are A, B, C, D, E, F and G, 7 of them, and include a few flats or sharps, depending on whether you're going up, it's a sharp, or going down, it's a flat. Now, not all of them have a sharp, so A and A sharp, because that 7 would make 14. So 2 of them are missing their sharps. So you have A, that has an A sharp. You have B, that does not have a sharp. You have C, which does have a sharp. D, which does have a sharp. E does not have a sharp. F does, and G does. So B and E are your 2 notes that do not have sharps. So looking at that, those 12 notes, A sharp, B, C sharp, D sharp, E, F sharp, G sharp. And they're your 12 notes. So on a guitar neck, you have an open string. If I play that open, if I turned it up, that would help. Here we go. So that's just the E string, just the lowest, the 6th string I'm playing there. If I were to play all the way up to fret 12, play every fret, now do you hear how that 12 sounds the same as open? That's because it's the same note. So we've gone through all 12 and we're back on the 12th fret, which is the same as the open string. It's an octave higher. So when you play all 12 notes all the way up to find the same note again higher up, it's 1 octave higher. You can have 2 octaves higher, 3 octaves higher, etc., etc. And the guitar obviously goes quite far. There's a lot of scale in it. So that is the first bite-sized chunk of music theory. Now, using these different notes to make different sequences is really interesting because obviously you can use them in lots of different ways. The main thing is you can use them together with other notes, and that's when you end up with major, minor, you end up with different sounds. So if I were to play, say, this note along with this note, that's your E open and B there. I'll play them together, so I'll use it on the next string up. You can hear that's the power chord idea, you know, when we were doing 0, 2, 2. So it's using notes together that then create music. And it's all a matter of choice. So when someone chooses to use one note with another, it's going to create a sound, and could be their sound, could be someone else's sound, you know. So it's but it is just 12 notes. So knowing these notes on the fretboard can really help with learning songs, figuring things out, how to play it and where to play it on the neck, with technique and everything. So let's have a look. So we start off with the E string, open on the lowest string. The next note, as E doesn't have a sharp, it's F. F sharp, and then G, and G sharp, and then A, where we meet our A string, the next highest one. So I'm just playing open on the A string and fifth on the sixth string. So again, E, F, F sharp, G, G sharp, A sharp, B, C, because B doesn't have a sharp, C sharp, D, D sharp, and back to E on the 12th fret. So that's kind of where the notes are on that string. However, the next string up, this one here, the fifth one, your A string obviously starts on A, which I think is quite a good place to start thinking about it because, you know, first letter of the alphabet. So let's think about this from A's point of view. I started from E. It's a guitarist thing. The lowest string is E. People tend to play a lot of the strings and they'll start with the lowest one. So a lot of songs and music, etc., is around E if it's involving a guitar. There are a lot that aren't, don't get me wrong, but it's a good place to start. So with the A string, you can imagine this is going to make a lot of sense because we have A through to G and then back up to A on the 12th fret. So in that sense, see if you can follow this quickly. Remember, B and E don't have sharps. So you've got A sharp, B, C, C sharp, D, D sharp, E, F, F sharp, G, G sharp, A. And that does mean that you can play the 12th fret on the E string, which is an octave up from open, but you can also play the 7th fret on the next string higher, because all you're doing, if you like maths and patterns, is taking the 12th fret on the lower string, 12, take 5, 7, so next string up. You could do the same thing again, take another 5 off that and you end up with 2, so the next string higher is the same note. So you can start to see there are patterns and a little bit of easy addition and subtraction to figure it all out, and it goes a long way. So that they are your notes on your neck. So not forgetting you've got your lowest string, the 6th string, E, then A, the 5th string, D, G, B, and then E again. So you have 2 E strings, the low one and the high one at the top. So that means you could play these 2 strings together. Exactly the same, because of the same tuning, but one is an octave higher, 2 octaves higher. Cool. So that is where the notes are on the neck. So if you're looking also for, I guess, more music theory, if you're a pianist, they would use middle C, because all of their scales start on the C. So middle C is using the A string. We're going to figure it out. So in fact, we're going to start on the E string because that's where we started at the beginning of the video. So we're using the low E, F, F sharp, G, G sharp, A sharp, B, no sharp, C. It's 8th fret we've figured out on the E string. I'm thinking there's no sharp on the B or the E. So E, F, F sharp, G, G sharp, A sharp, B, C. It's 8th fret. So we can subtract 5 to make it easier to play and find that note. So we end up with 3 on the next string higher. The 3rd fret on the A string. You could do it straight from the A, knowing that C is pretty close. And do A sharp, B, C. That's your middle C. Okay, so that is where the notes are on your guitar neck. And from that, I really hope you can start to use that in finding different notes. Say someone says, find an E note. You say, oh, I know where that is. I'll just play open, nice and easy. Or 12. Or subtract 5 from that and do 7 on the next string higher. Or again, subtract 5, next string higher again, number So you can start to maybe, I guess, give yourself little tests and things to figure out where all those notes are. And when that's really clear, we'll move on to some more music theory in the next video, but we'll be playing a song along with it to highlight why it's useful, how it works. And you'll be doing this if you really enjoy the guitar and playing this. You'll be doing this for years to come, and it'll all start making sense. And I hope I can be help in that journey as well. It'll be really cool. So thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you next time for the major scale, where we'll be using some of those notes to play a little tune which I really, really enjoy. I love the track, the Pink Floyd track, Wish You Were Here. And we'll be playing a little bit of that as well. Cool. See you then. Thanks. See you next time. Bye.